more. Yeah, you think 21-0. Hey, we still got a shot, make a couple.
World. He doesn't outrun defensive backs, but it's the timing. And if you watch him, he definitely is able to dissect the defense when things collapse.
There you see his career numbers, had more than 500 yards last year, Clark rushing the ball.
Efficient to explosive. If they can do that, they have a chance to do what this fan base and the hype around this program is looking for in 2017.
Georgia Southern won the toss. They've elected
efficient. He's going to spread the ball over the field, but what will this passing game actually look like under Chip Lindsey?
He's going to go under center to start things off. Couple of lineup changes for Auburn. We'll get to it in a moment as Eli Stove has his first carry. It was announced just before the game that 3 key Auburn offensive players would not be in uniform today. We understand it was a decision made earlier this week by Auburn. Stidham's first pass is complete. desperate to get reps to with all of his key personnel. He's missing 2 starters today. On second down, Stidham looking deep. On the run, beautiful pass complete, and it's Sal Cannella for 19.
As you can see already, getting him outside. Out today, let alone a running back that's very talented as well.
Carry on. Johnson is able to pick up 3.
You're already seeing Stidham get outside the pocket, throwing off platform on the run. That's the talent that jumps off the screen when you watch him on film.
He is used to the tempo. This is similar to what they did at Baylor. In fact, his first drive as a starter, he was able to lead the Baylor Bears. It was a cold night in Manhattan, Kansas, and on that very first drive, he covered 80 yards in just 1:42. He actually told me a couple of weeks ago that this tempo is a lot easier than Baylor's as a whole. He said, listen, I can teach anybody the Baylor offense in about 10-15 minutes. This is more complicated, and therefore you're unable to go as fast.
And what you see right here, this is what we call a sugar huddle, just a yard or so off the ball. He's going to tell everybody the play. They're going to turn around quick and get this thing snapped.
They lost the football and able to fall on it. On third down, that's going to back them up. They do have one of the best kickers in all of college football. He's within range when he gets off the bus.
And not something that Jarrett Stidham has done much of, get under center, but that little sugar huddle, you want to try to catch guys off guard. That's Herb Hand, one of his favorite plays right there. We ran it at Vanderbilt, loves that. Shotgun guy getting under center. Nerves are probably going a little bit. Ends up on the ground.
Here's the man that got the biggest ovation from the
means geography, history, and chemistry. And sometimes it
is the Southeastern Conference where you go away to college? Not exactly. Yes, we come from all corners, from all histories and experiences. And even though there are unique customs, new favorite foods, and new languages, the SEC is not really where you go away to college. It's where you come home. Because here, it just means more.
You got the food to the grocery,
which is now in our fridge. Without you, we wouldn't have
the medicine for my wife.
means geography, history, and chemistry. And sometimes it is rocket science. Because in the SEC, it just means more.
Fans, direct your attention to the flagpole for a special presentation.
You never really leave Auburn, because Auburn never leaves you.
Opening drive results in points for the Auburn Tigers. It was the 9th career field goal of 50 yards or more for Daniel Carlson. And the 12th ranked Tigers lead Georgia Southern 3-0 just a couple of minutes into this one. This has long been a high-powered Georgia Southern offensive triple option attack. 2 years ago, they led the country in rushing. They fell off the map big time last year. Miles Campbell set to receive. He'll be one of the key players offensively. Carlson will handle the kickoff duties. Led the rebirth of their program after coming down from Georgia. First year football was 1924, but they didn't play for about 40 years. National championships. Made the move to the FBS, and they went to their first bowl in 2015, and they won it. Wesley Fields was the MVP. The GoDaddy Bowl, and he starts in the backfield in this triple option attack. Everything old is new again south of the gnat line. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Shai Werts, the first start for the freshman quarterback, is able to pick up one.
Shai Werts, a young kid here. He's going to be taking some licks. He's going to be learning as he goes. He's built for this offense, though, from a mobility and a short passing game standpoint.
Redshirt freshman. Very young Georgia Southern team on both sides of the line. Here's how they line up offensively, and Wesley Fields averaged 5 yards a carry last year.
Yeah, he's explosive, about 200 pounds as well. He's got some oomph behind those runs. They'll need it this year with a young quarterback. They will be extremely run heavy, even more so than a normal triple option usually is.
Let's see how they look on 3rd and 7. Werts to throw. Runs out of time, runs out of room, and Werts goes down at the 20-yard line. Marlon Davidson funneled him back in to take him down. It's a loss of 7.
Actually, pretty good protection up front, but a young quarterback, when you're looking through the field, you go one progression, two progressions, start to panic, your eyes drop a little bit. Something he's going to learn and grow into, be able to hang in there in the pocket, make something happen outside the pocket if needed, but you can tell moving a little fast for him right now.
Matt Flynn is the punter for Georgia Southern. Stephen Roberts back for Auburn. Auburn will have great field position on this, their second possession. Fair catch taken at the 36-yard line. 43-yard punt that time from the senior Flynn. Gus Malzahn's dialed in early. Not happy with the special teams play. Gus told us yesterday that's where he's been spending a lot of his time this fall and even back to the spring after bringing in his new offensive coordinator, Chip Lindsey. He said, we've handed everything off to Chip. It's his offense to run. We'll see how much this offense looks like a new one under Chip Lindsey or the old one under Gus Malzahn. Stidham will hand it off to Kerryon Johnson. 3 yards straight up the gut. Logan Hunt on the tackle. How can we identify what's more Gus and what's more Chip?
Well, as we saw on the first drive, the counter to the left, the RPO where Stidham turned sideways for the run, that's all Malzahn. Nothing really different so far early in this game.
That was your new offensive coordinator, Chip Lindsey. Stidham takes a big hit on the slide from R.J. Murray. And that'll bring up 3rd down. Stidham isn't known as a runner. He's known as a passer. But his first possession at Baylor, he was able to run a touchdown in, and he ran some option.
Savvy move getting down there. His juices are flying. It was probably tough for him to fight back wanting to dive head first. But smart move there. Still in a 3rd and short. Good scenario. Get down and protect yourself.
Tyson Summers, the head coach of Georgia Southern. This is a 3rd and 4. He wants it to be a game at the half. They go Wildcat here with Kerryon Johnson. A spin and a gain of the first down line. Johnson takes it to midfield. Pickup of 8.
Wildcats a staple. Malzahn and Chip Lindsey alluded to the fact they may be running a little different this year at times. But you can tell once they get that first down, you're going to see them start to push the pace here early on.
Stidham has all day in a wide open running lane. Here he goes. Jarrett Stidham slides for a first down. A 12-yard scamper for the sophomore from Stephenville, Texas.
And right here, this is the first sign you can see a normal slide protection. That's a pro-style pass protection. The first time I've really seen a difference from the Chip Lindsey play calling. You don't see that many slide protections in the old Malzahn offense.
To the perimeter, and Eli Stove. Stove brought down by Monquavion Brinson.
Stove with another catch. Another thing to keep an eye on. No one really in camp this summer, fall camp, really emerged from the receivers as a go-to guy. Stidham's going to need a go-to guy. Every quarterback needs one. Who's going to emerge from that group with Stove? A couple catches early on here.
One of those players, one of those possibilities is Kyle Davis. Kyle Davis is not playing in this game tonight. One of 3 Tigers suspended for tonight's contest. We'll get an explanation post-game. Looking to set up the screen over the head of Darius Slayton.
And really too bad about Davis. I mean, he's probably the wide receiver with the most NFL potential on the field from a physicality standpoint, ball control, a guy that can move around. He's great intermediate, but he's also a big deep threat. Not having him there for this game before Clemson really hurt Stidham's development.
I was here a couple weeks ago watching their scrimmage, and Davis made catch.
Pull that one in.
His teammates called Daniel Carlson Curry, as in Seth Curry, because he's automatic from deep. This would be his 10th career field goal of 50. Oh, just wide of the upright. Georgia Southern's defense has stood tall on a couple of key third downs. Carlson converted one from deep. This one goes just wide to the left. 3-0 Auburn after 2 possessions for this new look offense.
Is one of the nation's leading experts in maize genetic research at the University of Missouri and winner of the 2017 SEC Professor of the Year Award.
We study a variety of aspects of corn genetics. We build them out to have properties that would be useful in the field. One has to be hopeful that we can develop these technologies to elevate the standard of living for more people.
Dr. James Birchler, SEC Professor of the Year.
It's true, fans are craving Dr. Pepper more than ever. Well, I've assembled a team. They're not exactly 5-star, but they've got spirit. We'll be at tailgates, the cheap seats, love seats. If you're craving Dr. Pepper, we'll be there. We'll be everywhere! And yes, we are taking walk-ons.
I'm in.
Doug Flutie? Flutie's in! Let's go, Dr. Pepper, hip! Here's the boys' medium.
That'll work.
Who is the Suave Man? The Suave Man has curly hair, straight hair,
We are
Thought that we were going to come in here and in 9 months sprinkle some fairy dust on this team and think that we've arrived, then we're wrong. And the only way we know how to fix things is to work harder.
Maryland was the one that brought the lunch pail and put all the work down. Is this an indication that maybe Texas isn't as good as we might have thought, Joey?
As who thought? I mean,
listen, 23 overall. I mean,
yeah, Texas, it's going to take some time. Right. And believe me, it is hard at Texas. Charlie Strong got 2 years. Tom Herman's probably in the hot seat already because they expect this team to come out and be good, and they're not right now. The Ty Johnson touchdown, it is hard to run between tackles and not get touched. And the safety came up, and he didn't touch him. Ty Johnson stiff-armed the safety. And that's what we've seen from this Texas defense. They're just not very athletic. And guys are getting to their secondary untouched. And once that happens, they do not have the personnel or the athleticism to make a play on the back end.
That's the disappointing thing to me about today's performance by Texas. It's the defense. Because the last 2 years now, we saw the 2 worst defenses in school history. And defensive coordinator Todd Orlando was supposed to fix that. Not good enough in the run game. And it wasn't just that. Outside in the passing game, they had cornerbacks one-on-one for huge explosive plays, getting turned around way down the field. Todd Orlando's schemes are complex. He blitzes, he brings guys from all over the place, and they disguise a lot of coverages. They had players out of their gaps, out of position today. He might want to consider simplifying things before they go take on USC
he might want to
on the road.
He might have to make a tackle or two.
Suit up.
You're allowed to do that. You're allowed to do that in college football.
Here's what's real simple. Terps' most points they've ever scored against a ranked opponent. Congrats to Maryland. Meantime, Georgia so far having no issues with Appalachian State. 21-0. They're pitching a shutout. We've got more coming up in the Mercedes-Benz halftime report.
When you drop a 603 horsepower V8 bi-turbo engine into one of Mercedes-Benz finest luxury sedans, what do you get? You get out of the way. 0 to 60 in 3.3 seconds. The Mercedes-AMG E63S sedan. Mercedes-AMG, driving performance.
Remember that accident I got in with the pole and I had to make a claim and all that? Is that whole thing still dragging out? No, I took some pics with the app and filed a claim. But you know how they send you money to cover repairs and...
It took forever to pay you, right?
No, I got paid right away. But at the very end of it all, my agent wouldn't even call you back, right? No, she called to see if I was happy. But if I wasn't happy with my claim experience, for any reason, they'd give me my money back. No questions asked. Can you believe that? No.
The claim satisfaction guarantee, only from Allstate. Switching to Allstate is worth it.
It's what gets us up early and sets us into motion every single day. It's commitment, and it starts with just showing up. Mornings in the gym, nights in the lab, and all day, every day. It's why we fight a little harder, aim a little higher, and reach a little further. Because with every solution, every realization, and every time we commit to perfection, we find greatness.
God. Long, physical. I see you, big arm fella. I see you.
Clemson winning big 56-3 as we are minutes away from
is a special presentation of ESPN on ABC.
Atlanta is considered the Crimson Tide home away from home. Saban is a special presentation of ESPN on ABC.